Hey Kham fam, welcome back and welcome to Keeping Up with Kham. Before we get into the video, please hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. Thumbs up this video if you like it, and don't forget to hit us up in that comment section below. Today we are going to be getting into our toddler boy hairstyle number 32. Here's a look at the products we're using. Our coconut and hibiscus kids curling buttercream, a staple. We're adding in some peppermint oil today. I actually saw that this is really good for the scalp, so I'm trying to keep his scalp from being dry and from being scaly. So I've added that in with the curling buttercream. I'm putting that on the outside of his hair. And then towards the end of the video, you'll see me put the peppermint oil on his scalp to finish off the style. So let's get into the braiding. Kham's hair is already sectioned in the middle, so we're cutting his head into half. Make sure that you guys get that done. Then we're going to divide those two pieces into two. So we're gonna have 3 sections in total. You're gonna have 2 smaller on the outside and then a bigger in the middle. So we're gonna be using our Shine and Jam, the yellow kind, of course. Honestly, this product is amazing, guys. I was super skeptical in the beginning of putting any gels in his hair, so I held off as long as I could. But after being recommended this to help with parting, I'm so happy I listened. This product does not leave the hair stiff, doesn't leave it dry, doesn't leave white residue, it doesn't leave the hair damaged at all. It conditions the hair just like the container says, and the next day or 2 days after you've applied it, it's like your hair just goes back to normal. It doesn't hold it for long. You reapply and you go about your day. So I love the fact that it's not harsh on the hair. It's absolutely perfect. So for those of you who get a little worried that the style that you're putting in your little one's hair always parts down the middle, this is for you. So yes, I did have his hair parted in the middle to begin with, but that was just to get an understanding of where the center of his hair is so that I could put the two on the left and the right side evenly. The middle braid that we're going to do today is exactly that, a middle braid. There is no middle part. We're having a braid straight down the middle. So after we've parted off and sectioned our hair, we're going to go back and we're going to just take a little piece out and we're going to have like a mini braid. Doesn't have to be too thin. I know sometimes those are a little bit harder to take out. So this one I made just a little bit thicker, but if you like that really thin look, go for it. Just part a thinner section than I did. If you guys know the actual name for these, please let me know, because I honestly just keep calling them the clips for hair rollers, but they're amazing. This is what I use to keep hair down on both sides or on one side when I'm doing something that's particularly intricate and that I just want to make sure that I have the hair around that braid sectioned off properly. So I'm starting with the smaller braid first. Just a preference. You don't have to. You could start from the farthest right or the farthest left, whatever's more comfortable for you, but I just decided that I like how it looks when I start with the middle braid first. So braiding it back just normal, nothing fancy. Make sure to keep a lookout that you're not adding other pieces in from around the braid, and you just braid it all the way down. This braid looks so clean. Ooh, I just love how clean and how nice that part looks on each side. Woo. Alright, getting to that perimeter braid, I'm adding some of the Shine and Jam to the outside of the braid that I'm doing. This one is a bigger braid, so I like to make sure that I have a generous enough amount on there so that it keeps the hair in the braid. His hair is notorious for flyaways no matter what I do because it's just so soft, especially around the edges, so I have to make sure that I put something in there that will keep it laid, you know, so at least the style can last for a couple days, if not forever. So yeah, so I've combed it through, I've brushed it through. I just want to make sure that it's all laying the way that I like it, and then I'm just gonna braid. So I'm starting from the top. I'm not starting in the middle. I am doing this braid on a slant, on an angle. Again, you could do it straight if you'd like, but just because of the size of this braid, it kind of just works better to do it at a slant. So you just braid it back like normal. Make sure that you're taking the hair from the outside of the hair, so like closest to their ear, to their forehead. Make sure you're getting all of that in. You want to make sure it's tight, not too tight, but it's in there so that it doesn't come loose, and the braid will stay neater longer. If anybody wants a little tip, you can see here that I'm switching up my grip. I just find that it helps when I have like a bigger braid to kind of like bear paw it, to like hold it differently. I just find that it makes it a lot easier for me to do the braid. That may be something that may be helpful or beneficial to you guys. So I'm just braiding all the way down to the ends. When I get to the end of the hair, I'm going to add in some Shine and Jam. You can add in some curling buttercream first if you'd like, but I just didn't want the hair overly saturated, so I only did the Shine and Jam. I then comb it through, curl it through, whatever the case is. That way, just trying to keep the hair straight, keep it from curling on itself as it usually does. So now we're sectioning off another piece. This one is not for a skinny braid. It is for set of box braids along the side. So you want to make sure that the part that you make is a good enough size for these mini box braids that we're going to do. You don't want them too big, you don't want them too small, but you do want it a decent size, not like the first middle braid that you did. And just remember to part everything on the left side, same as you did on the right side. I am all about symmetry, guys. Makes it a lot easier when you know what you're doing on the second side because you already did it on the first side. All right, so into these box braids now. So I've sectioned off the first braid, and you're just gonna braid it down like a regular plait, nothing fancy. I'm not going to braid it all the way down. This one looks like I am. It's not necessary, just braid it halfway through. You just want it braided a good portion because we are going to add it into the super middle braid, and you want it to hold the braid. You don't want it to just kind of like be loose. You'll see what I mean. But yeah, just braid those a quarter of the way. And I did about 7, I believe. You could stop at like the middle part if you want, and that may be like maybe 4 or 5. I just preferred to do the 7 because it added to the next part of the design when I continued in the back of the hair. So up to you, but I did about 7. All right, and we're into the back. So the remaining of that part that you made, we are just gonna braid it down like a regular straight back cornrow. So we're braiding it down, and then we're going to add it into the end of the middle braid on both sides. So on the left and the right is gonna go into the middle braid. I don't think I mentioned it before, but that first braid that we did, the mini one, it goes into the braid closest to the ear, as you can see there. So you're braiding everything into the bigger ones just to keep it looking neat. So by this part, Kham was getting either a little bit restless, or this part may have been a little tender on his scalp. So he's not staying as still as I would like for you guys to see this, but I am braiding that middle or that remaining hair. I'm braiding it all the way back, but I'm adding in our single braids that are on the side as I go. So I'm adding in the box braid piece by piece as I braid down. Keep it tight, but not too tight. Like you can see here, I'm doing that like bear paw type of thing to keep the braiding hair in place and to just make it easier as I go down. Do not forget, you want to comb through the hair as you go. It tends to get a little knotted. It tends to get a little tangled. So I use the wide tooth comb. It's also like my shower comb, detangler comb for when I'm washing my hair or washing his hair. But it helps a lot. It helps to reduce the amount of hair that comes out. I prefer to use our hands and our fingers to detangle the hair if possible. But because I'm in the middle of the braid, that's not really the easiest thing to do. So I use a wide tooth comb. And as you see here, I'm adding in those 2 braids on the side as I go and making it one big braid in the middle. Curling buttercream added to the tips just to moisturize it a little bit, combing it through again and braiding it down again. Kham's hair loves moisture. Depending on the type of texture your child's hair is, I would say you could also use a spray bottle, but with Kham's hair, it's gonna curl up so bad. So I'm trying to stay away from water this time, especially since I just washed his hair. But you can use a spray bottle if you prefer. So if you're looking for the elastics, they broke because silly me, I picked up the plastic ones. I don't know why. Do not use these. They are a waste of time. Don't buy them. They're a waste of money. Get your hands on the matte black elastics. They're amazing. They're lifesavers. Don't use anything but these ones, I promise. So this is the peppermint oil that I'm putting on his scalp just to make sure that it doesn't get any flakes or doesn't dry out. And then I'm just running my hands on his hair afterwards just to add a little shine to his hair. You guys can use whatever oil you prefer, but I'm starting to use the peppermint on his scalp. I just find that it's actually really helping out. So this is a look at our reel that we did. We have it up on our Instagram. Please hit us up on that and let us know if you like it. So this is the final look at our braided toddler boy hairstyle number 32. Super cute, super cute. Very easy and quick. The longest part of the hairstyle would be the single braids, and that wasn't even that long. You can add some beads or anything to the end if you like to spice it up, or you can just keep it simple and use elastics. We want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Hopefully you tried this out on your little one and you like it as much as I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Thumbs up this video and hit us in the comments. We love talking to you guys. We love hearing from you guys. We'll see you again. Bye.